The wildfires in California have been devastating entire neighborhoods in the LA, the Palisades area. You've got high winds, dry conditions, which have led to thousands of homes, buildings, and acres of land being completely destroyed. Over 100,000 people had to evacuate. This is an absolute tragedy, all right, which has led people naturally to try to figure out who to blame for this blaze. MAGA believes they know the answer. It's those damn wokers.
The wokers.
I kid you not. I don't think any of you are really surprised that they're blaming wokeness. First, we've got President-elect Donald Trump, who ran on drill baby drill, even though burning fossil fuels is exacerbating climate change that is responsible for a lot of the drier conditions that we're seeing. Pin the blame on woke environmentalism. That's right. He said over on his platform,
Truth, essential.
Governor Gavin Newsom refused to sign the Water Restoration Declaration put before him that would have allowed millions of gallons of water from excess rain and snow melt from the north to flow daily into many parts of California, including the areas that are currently burning in a virtually apocalyptic way. He wanted to protect an essentially worthless fish called a smelt by giving it less water. It didn't work, but didn't care about the people of California. Okay, look, I'm not a Gavin Newsom fan, but seriously, what are you talking about? There is no such thing as a water restoration declaration. Not in California. It's not a thing. Second of all, California has had about a half of inch of rain since May. Okay, look, right now, California is in a massive drought. Okay, it's drier than Ben Shapiro's wife. All right, that's it.
Wet ass P word.
No, there is none of that going on. Okay. Thirdly, there are record high winds up to 90 to 99 miles an hour. These are gale force winds, okay? These are the worst high winds since 2011. This is bad. UCLA climate scientist Daniel Swain referred to the high winds as an atmospheric blow dryer for its effect on trees and other vegetation, which has already been dried out. That's bad. Now, he also said climate change is increasing the overlap between extremely dry vegetation conditions later in the season and the occurrence of these wind events. So, man, you get these dry conditions, and then you get these high winds, and then there's a little bit of a spark here and there. Well, what do you think is going to happen? Disaster. That's what's going to happen. But according to the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, who got a lot of money from selling electric cars, it's not that. No. It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with climate change. No. It's diversity. It's the wokeness. Libs of TikTok writes, don't you hate it when climate change appoints a DEI hire to run the fire department? Gives away the fire equipment to Ukraine. That's not true. Stops critical controlled burns. Defunds the fire department. Also not true. Refuses to build more water reservoirs to store water. Cancels fire insurance. Mismanages forests and blah, blah, blah. Wild theory, maybe the root cause wasn't climate change. Yeah. He also talked about it being diversity. He posted, DEI means people die. That's not what no. Multiple other posts featured criticism of Kristen Crowley, the LAFD chief, a 22-year veteran of the department who was commended for saving 9 homes from total destruction during the Woolsey fire in 2018 alongside her wife. Okay, Crowley is the first woman and first member of the LGBTQ community to hold the position of fire chief in LA. But apparently, her being a woman and being gay is the reason that California is burning right now. Yeah. In fact, getting back to Libs of TikTok founder Kai Reichik, saying, meet Los Angeles Fire Chief Kristen Cowley. She boasts about being the first female and LGBTQ fire chief in the LA Fire Department. Promoting a culture of DEI is her priority. Does this make you feel safer? What does that have to do with any of this? They're basically saying that anyone who is a woman, who is gay or black, is not qualified to be in these positions. They're saying that only white cisgender straight males should be in leadership positions like this and doing these jobs. Let me tell you what, I am a straight cisgender male. And no, I do not belong in any position of authority like that. Okay? Make me fire chief? I don't know damn thing about being fire chief. Just because I'm a straight man does not mean that I should be a fire chief. What does any of that have to do with any of that? No, it's just giving, like, it's not really giving anything. It's just opening up the opportunity for people who are interested in being able to do these jobs and have a, obviously an education or training to do these jobs to actually be able to do them instead of being passed over for a cis white man with the same or even possibly less education or training. Okay. Again, it doesn't make any sense, right? But the irony here of this, these same people that are alleged to be the defenders of women, in reality, no, they want gays back in the closet, women back in the kitchen, and black people on the plantations. That's the way they want it. They're pretty open about it now. Now, Musk also boosted Alex Jones. Oh, here we go. Great. Oh, I wonder if this is attack from the aliens or something.
It is an alien force, not of this world. It's not human intelligence. It's the devil, okay?
Well, I mean, we are in hell after all, so it must be the devil. No. He actually claimed that the fires were part of a quote-unquote globalist plot to wage economic warfare on the United States. Now, of course, globalist, that means Jewish people, right? I mean, that's what they mean by globalist. George Soros, Jews, okay? So, yeah, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Oh, in order to deindustrialize the United States, which is pretty funny because capitalists have actually done a much better job of deindustrializing the United States with their outsourcing and the free trade agreements. So, people like Elon Musk that have fired a bunch of U.S. workers, American workers, and have brought people over on H-1B visas. Yeah, those are the people that are, doing some economic warfare on the American people to lower wages. Okay, lower wages and bring over people that they can essentially control, stripping labor rights from them. So that's what's going on. And by the way, okay, the other irony is there's so many ironies. Aren't these the same idiots who claim that California is already terrible for business and all the corporations have fled because of the taxes and the regulations? So, but apparently they're not terrible enough. So I guess the Jews have to start the wildfires using their space lasers? I don't know.
Jewish space lasers.
Insanity. It's all insanity. Obviously, no evidence of any of this, right? But, that never stops these people, never stops Elon Musk, who, by the way, in a now deleted post, responded to Alex Jones by saying, true. True? You're saying that's true? Oh, my God. Elon Musk is a fucking dipshit. All right. You got dumb people saying dumb things. And if you agree with Elon or Alex Jones or any of these people, I got bad news for you. You may also be dumb. Okay. Speaking of dumb, Don Jr. weighed in. He said, can we rename DEI to die? Since that's what seems to happen to the people downstream of those who place woke virtue signaling far above competency. Once again, the assumption is that black people, women, gay people, trans people are not competent, and so are not shouldn't be in these leadership positions. Only should be reserved for white men. Pretty ironic statement from Don Jr., who has never been really competent at anything in his life. I mean, what has he actually done other than be the son of Donald Trump? I don't know. Wow, what an accomplishment. Then, of course, you had actor James Woods, right, who said, refilling the water reservoirs would have been a welcome priority, too. But I guess she had too much on her plate promoting diversity. Then you had Megyn Kelly, who told her YouTube followers that in recent years, LA's fire chief has made not filling the hydrants top priority, but diversity. And then finally, Matt Walsh, who wrote on X, DEI is a cancer that destroys everything it touches. Okay, so now here's the question, right? What are you supposed to fill the reservoirs with if you don't have rain? Hopes and dreams? I mean, no, look, here's the thing. They can and actually have shipped water from elsewhere to fill these reservoirs. That said, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that, and false information that's going around, claiming that, for example, they cut the fire department by $17 million. Did they though? No, apparently they increased the budget by $50 million. So there was $17 million, and you know, going through the budget obviously is a pain in the ass. So people don't want to look at the details. But it turns out that $17 million was spent for new breathing equipment, which means that it's no longer, you know, available in the account because it was spent updating the breathing equipment. So, and of course, that's not a yearly expense. That is a, you know, once in a while big spend. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, the city and the state is perfect, right? No, obviously not. There's some staffing issues, for example. Okay. They got to fill more staff, fill more positions. Okay. But that said, they said that they filled the reservoirs with over a million gallons of water each. However, they had to rely, and this is the reason that they ran out so quickly, right? Combating the blaze, they were just using the hydrant system because they couldn't use aerial firefighting methods. So no planes, okay, dropping, I don't know if it's exactly water that they use or like a mixture of things that they, you know, will fly over and dump it, right, on these fires to put them out. But they couldn't use that, so they were just relying strictly in the hydrant system. And with how just widespread and disastrous this place has been, it's not a surprise to see them start to run out of water. I mean, you have a perfect storm of factors here that are involved with making this blaze as disastrous as it is. So that said, you can argue whether or not they were funded well enough, okay, versus the police, for example, who got a lot more funding than the fire department, okay, or if, you know, California did enough to prepare for an unusually bad drought. You could also talk about how, hey, maybe they couldn't afford fire preparedness to do as much or to increase their budget by enough to prepare for a blaze like this because you have tax breaks that go to fossil fuel companies, okay, that have been, you know, again, have been using these specific tax loopholes to avoid paying in millions of dollars, okay, which could be used for fire preparedness. All that stuff, all those things are interesting and legitimate government discussions on how the government works, what they should be prepared for, what's the reality. Interesting discussions, right? Nobody's having it. Almost nobody's having that discussion. You know why? Because they're pinning it on the wokers. Okay? It's the wokeness. That's it. Diversity. That's a real problem. No, it's dumb. It's lazy. And by the way, also ignores the elephant in the room. The fossil fuel companies and climate change. The real problem. Okay? and the fact that we are not prepared for the results of climate change because you still have a political party, a major political party, that thinks it's all fake and a hoax. Even though these companies have admitted way even back in the past, okay, in the early 1900s, that, oh, yeah, it turns out what we're doing is making the planet warmer, and that's going to have some pretty disastrous effects. But, these people just want to say, no, that can't be it. Nope, that's the hoax. But this thing we totally made up, that's what's going on. And also, black people, gay people, and women. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.